Scientology hates the family unit. And why is that? Because families have a certain cohesiveness that is a challenge to the domination of the cult. See, if you love your mom more than you love your cult leader, then you're going to listen to your mom sometimes instead of the cult leader. And that can't be the case. How is a cult like Scientology going to survive if people are listening to their mom instead of David Miscavige? That can't be done. So, from day one, Scientology alerts you to dangers within your family. Oh, they might not say it that way. No, what they say is that there's something called antisocial personalities that form 20% of the population. How they come to this number, nobody really knows, because it's L. Ron Hubbard's secret special research, of course. But those 20% of the population, which we later find out are actually suppressive persons, are what makes everything go wrong in the world, in society, what causes all the crime, what causes your little boo-boos not to heal. And so the family unit is a danger. Because the family unit, unless it's thoroughly sect-checked and everybody's a part of Scientology, a family unit might be harboring some SPs. Grandpa might not want you to join Scientology, and that might mean Grandpa is an SP. Well, if Grandpa's an SP and you're talking to Grandpa, and he's this horrible type of person, a suppressive person, the bottom 20% of humanity, and you thought he was just your sweet grandpa, but then when he started talking about Scientology in a negative way, and Scientology said, well, that means he's an SP. You either have to handle him or disconnect. Well, you think you're going to handle Grandpa? You think you're going to tell Grandpa you're not in a cult and he's going to be all okay with everything? No, Grandpa's not that stupid. Grandpa's been around for a little while, okay? Grandpa ain't no spring chicken. So, Grandpa's going to talk you into something, right? But if you're into the cult enough, maybe you'll disconnect from Grandpa. Maybe you'll never talk to Grandpa again. Maybe you won't even go to his funeral. And Scientology would be very happy if that were the case. See, because Grandpa's a threat to Scientology, not to you. Grandpa could help you. So the thing is, a problem with cults always is, how do we deal with the people that disagree with the person joining a cult? How do we handle that situation? Well, what we do is we bake in a certain philosophy into the cult. In Scientology, it's about SPs. It's the same in every cult. People outside of the cult are bad. We're the good ones. We're the ones that are trying to save the world from Satan, from Xenu, from whatever the hell. And all these people that are trying to stop us are evil. They're either just pure evil and they know exactly what they're doing, or they're just kind of ignorant evil and they don't know what they're doing, but it's still evil. So, any dictatorship fears alternate power centers. If you're gonna be a dictator, you don't want people, for example, going to church and getting opposite information. And maybe you don't want them to go to the Lions Club. Maybe you don't, right? You don't want them to go to the Moose Club and drink beer and play pinochle or whatever they do down there. Okay? So what you do is, if you're a dictator, you get rid of all those other sources of human camaraderie. We don't need that. You keep people busy in the cult. And the number one danger to thought control in the cult is the family. Because there is love. There are bonds of love, affection, history, whatnot. And so you have to mess with the family. You have to break those bonds. The strongest bond in every cult member's life has to be with the cult, not with any other entity. Not with mama, not with daddy, not with the Moose Club, not with anybody. Not another church, not your yoga teacher, nothing. Okay? So, the family is a threat to Scientology. Therefore, the family has to have a very close eye kept on them. And if one person gets thrown out of Scientology, declared a suppressive person, it is made very clear to everybody else in that family, you are not to have any contact with that person. Or else the same will happen to you. The number one most cohesive group that any dictatorship has to contend with is the family. Next is probably churches, something like that. Other affiliations. It could be the workplace. That's why Scientology tries to arrange it so you work with Scientologists, for Scientologists, or if you're the business owner, you only employ Scientologists. That way, if they want to pull the plug on you, they can pull the plug on your whole life. Now, you have alienated your family. You have a workplace that's 100% Scientology, and if they tell them all to quit, they're going to quit. If they tell them to sabotage your business before they quit, they're going to do that. And so they don't want you having any other place to go to. They don't want you to even have a friend that you can talk to confidentially. They only want you to have Scientology friends that will snitch on you if you say the wrong thing. So Scientology is afraid of the families. Families are enemy number one for the cult of Scientology.